What's going on? We are back with another episode of Two for the Culture.
Yes.
My name is Justin Devante.
I'm Stephen Ray.
Yeah, and we're back again. How you feeling?
I feel good.
How's your week?
Week is good. I've done a lot of detoxing this month. I'm not like indulging in vices and none of that stuff. So I've been on a good route. Start working out again.
Okay, there you go. How was the how's the vice situation? Is it more so has it been tough?
No, because I think last year was big for me to kind of go through that whole thing. You know, like in terms of I don't know when I start to get to the point of I'm not gonna eat for 2 days, it's like all the other shit don't really matter for real. Like after you can develop a habit of doing something like that, then like not doing things doesn't really affect you that much. You already know how it goes. You just replace it with positive shit. You know what I'm saying? So instead of going to a bar, like I told you, like I'm gonna just go to the movies, and then I'm gonna go to I don't know when it's gonna release, but like I'm gonna go to basically what's that place called? It's a African music museum.
Oh, okay, that's on Jefferson Street. Yeah, but yeah, African.
Yeah. But yeah, just like replacing certain things. You know, as long as I'm staying busy and you know just replacing it with good shit. So yeah, that's my week. How about yours?
It's been pretty good. It's same old, just triple working. Yeah. It just come that DC trip, you know, that hit me hard for real. Yeah. I spent so much money on that trip that you know I got to work overtime. Then Valentine's Day is coming up. That's next Friday, so we'll probably.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's a whole nother thing. So now that's planning for Valentine's Day. And after that, man, I'm cool. I think I don't got any more expenses that's coming down the tunnel like that. Yeah. You know, I'm starting a new job next week. So yeah. So that's going to be very interesting.
Excited about that?
I'm excited. Yeah, my equipment is a remote work from home job.
That's the best.
So it's just getting acclimated to that because I'm always on the go. Like whether it's doing operations for the energy efficiency stuff, working in crawl spaces or attics, you know, or you know, driving Uber or Lyft. Yeah, I'm always going. So staying in the house and being in one place, I got to get back used to it. So, I never really had a work at home job, but I used to do sales for State Farm and we'll be in the office most of the time. So, but that was 7 years ago. Yeah, so just getting used to that.
Do you feel happier, like, you know, being out in the world and just doing different things versus you being in an office?
I think so. I like to stay busy. Yeah.
I'm saying, but you could be super busy in the office.
Yeah. It may hit. Well, I guess the answer to your question is I don't know. Yeah, we're going to find out for sure. But I imagine in my head that I would like to be, because I like to go out and run errands and get things done. I don't want to be stagnant in the same place all the time. Yeah. Because, you know, I can get bored real easy and I daydream. But nonetheless, it's going to be a new job and I'm learning that new job. So that's a whole nother thing of critical thinking in your brain that I probably haven't did in a minute. You know, because I've always been doing the same things. Repetitive. Even though I'm learning things over time, definitely with the energy efficiency stuff, but it's kind of been the same process, if that makes sense. Okay.
I definitely learned that about me, just because like the stuff that I do, like the social media stuff or / video editor for people. Like I'm just sitting in a spot the whole day, and I realized, you know, after years pass, that I really like being outside and different, like energy. It don't matter if it's the fucking grocery store, like just walking past certain people, feeling different energy. It kind of like it puts a different sense of energy into me instead of just me being at the house, you know, in the same spot all day. Yeah,
so I definitely can't sit in bed all day. Yeah, that's very tough for me. I feel like I need to do something. I don't know if that's the man in me or what, but I was like, I need to get out and be productive. Yeah. So, but if I was on vacation, then I could maybe like chill and relax a little bit more. But even when the DC vacation, the last thing we did was stay in the hotel. yeah.
Well, I mean, like, how many days was that though? That was like what, 3?
Thursday, came back Sunday. Yeah, so about 3.5 or so. Yeah, so. But then it was really. I actually was tired. It felt like I was another job. Yeah. But we'll see. I'll keep the people updated and see how it goes. But I think from what I understand, it's a mix of sales with the critical thinking. That's kind of so. I'm going to be speaking with a bunch of people at one moment. Yeah, so it will be a different part of the brain that I haven't used in a while since I've been in sales.
Shit, might need to break out that crossword puzzle.
Yeah,
all people be doing to stay sharp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they got little games on your phone that can kind of get your mind going. I forgot the one I used. I was told myself I was going to download it again, but I didn't want to pay the $40, so I was like, "Let me." It's $40 for the year.
Oh, okay,
but it's like different games like math. Words, things like that, to where it keeps. I try to do it when I had it during the beginning of the morning, so I can kind of get my mind right, yeah. So I can use my brain function, and keep that going. And I feel like it did help, and I learned a lot. But then there was something that you said as far as productive. Are you, now that you're kind of getting acclimated with Nashville? Do you feel the need? I mean, sometimes when I feel like I'm starting a new chapter, and I'll speak for myself, that it takes, I feel like I need to hit the ground running. Yeah. Now that you're settled in, do you feel that or no?
Feel that I have to hit the ground running?
Yeah. It's like, I need to keep on doing more. It's like, or it's like, hey, let me chill.
Nah, it ain't a chill thing. Okay. It's because I came here like with a mission. So, being an entrepreneur, for the most part, like anybody in social media, all them niggas, they're entrepreneurs. So like doing that, it literally takes everything. Like you cannot, anytime I have chilled, my shit went down.
I got you.
Every single fucking time. So if I'm, that's just what I wanted to do this year was, like I said, like make movies, and which means I have to write. So that means I have to write a couple movies, which means I got to put that time into the day. And then, the Ray So Silly thing is still going. I'm still trying to get that shit up and do what I did last year. And that takes time out of my day, and that's editing and whatever. Now I got to teach myself new skills, because social media ain't going to be, it can be up, but when it's down, it's like, what do you have? So now I got to take time out of my day to learn new skills and shit like that. So the main thing I would say is chill. It kills momentum, and that's not good for my line of work at all. Yeah. But in terms of being in Nashville, I'm going to start putting myself out there in terms of like the energy thing that I was telling you about. Okay. So that's why, like, every week I'm going to make sure that I put myself somewhere to where I can experience, like, people or Nashville or like certain things that I want in my brain. I'm trying to make new, it sounds a little nerdy, but like I'm trying to make like new like neurons in my head. So like different habits to be formed, and like how the brain works for me. Okay. So like I want to get up and just feel like, oh, you know what, I need to go to the park today, just because like I need air and this and that. Like I want to start thinking differently. So actively, in terms of hitting the ground running, it would be more so for like the energy of Nashville. So like I told you, like instead of going to Starbucks or like working here, I'm gonna put myself into like a workplace where there's many people like me, and I can evolve that way.
Do you feel like, do you struggle with networking at all?
Networking? Yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. I don't. I would much rather be in the spots where people network, but I don't. I haven't developed the skill of just talking to anybody. I kind of have, but I'm more reserved, so I'd just much rather be in the space. To be honest, I'd rather just be so known that like somebody talks to me.
Yeah. That's real. That's very real.
I don't want to walk up to people. I'd rather like, ain't you like, yeah.
and you get a hefty amount of that, but it's
Here and there,
it don't be, I guess, the people with the resources. You know what I mean? It's just
it'll happen sometimes.
Oh, okay.
It'll happen. So when I was in LA, yeah, like I'll meet a couple people, and I was like, for real. So that happened a couple times. Keke Palmer, we talked about her last thing. Yeah. She popped up one day. I was like, oh, Keke Palmer, and then she was like, you are so funny. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. And that'll happen like a couple times when it shocks me. Otherwise, I'm like, why are people looking at me right now? Who's this dude that's staring at me at the gas station and whatever? But
do you feel like you need, like, man, would you need like a manager to bridge that gap?
Networking?
Like, just like in other things, like whether that's, you know, having a schedule set for you or with networking and getting you out there a little bit more.
Maybe like a little bit.
Okay.
I would like a team. I don't know about necessarily. I would much rather maybe come to somebody with, hey, here are the goals that I want accomplished for myself. And if they can help me with those, sure. But, yeah, I can see that more than anything.
So didn't you like, I may be wrong, didn't you shoot a Sprite commercial before?
Yes.
Okay, so how did that happen?
My homie Lloyd, he worked in and out with BET. Like it was just contractually, like every now and then. And then one day he got too busy and he was just like, hey, I'll just let you know. He said it like it was nothing. Like, hey, you know, here's an opportunity, you know, you can work for BET, and you know, it's a Sprite commercial that's gonna play in the BET Awards. Well, I don't even think he knew it was gonna play in the BET Award, but Lloyd don't be caring about none of that stuff. Like literally, he could like get an audition to be the first person to take over the world, and then he's just like, nah, I don't know. But either way, yeah. So yeah, he basically just said it like that, and I got there and I had to like literally direct this whole commercial. I have a green screen, but that was a fucking green screen. That was like huge. And then Trevor, I think his name is Trevor Jackson. He's a singer.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So yeah, he was in it. I met him and I had to like direct him. And then I was on the visual effects and all that. And, you know, it just became real as soon as it cut to the commercials for the BET Awards, and that shit played. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. That was the first time ever that I could hit up my family and like give them something that was like practical. Like, hey, you can tune in at this time. You can see this. And they did it, and at their own TV, wherever they was at. Yeah, they were super proud. That was super cool.
Yeah, because I was wondering, there's like that whole process takes networking, and it's like, okay, where did that come from? Yeah. Because you know, nobody, they ain't gonna hit you up on LinkedIn. Hey, shoot this commercial for me.
Yeah, right.
They probably needed somebody to bridge that gap for you.
Oh yeah.
And Lloyd was that
and
person.
Lloyd was, yeah. It still goes back to what I said. Like somebody knows me, and then they're like, "Hey, you." So, but that is a skill that I would love to work on. You know, we're all here on this earth. Everybody has different skills and different lights that they can shine. You know what I'm saying? So to do that together, I feel like that's kind of why we're a part of the reason why we're here anyway.
Yeah.
So that is something that I should get better at. How about you? Do you feel like you can walk into a room and network to the highest capacity?
So my goals are completely different from like where you are. So the answer would be,
I'm saying, like, for the job you just got, they got a Christmas party.
Right.
And
okay. Thank you for giving me a scenario to where I can work off of. That's easy. That's easier for me to just speak to people unless everybody knows everybody, and I'm the only person that don't know nobody. You know what I mean? Like,
but you are new.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. But hopefully there's other new people. So I'm gonna be that person that goes to the person that sit by himself and talk to him.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna establish.
What we gonna do?
Yeah, we're gonna take over this world, bro.
We're gonna take over this
Back
whole
to the
thing.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards. No. But so that, or even going to bars by myself, and meeting new people. This is kind of how I do it. So yeah, but I'm always I'm definitely shy and bashful at heart. So, but it took a while to get me out of my comfort zone. Like when I was in college, when we worked at Amazon, like when I was still there over years, I was still like the fulfillment packer or whatever. Like I didn't have like a big position at all.
Right.
But I was training myself to be in that bigger position because I know it'll help me in the future. For example, we took over. We had stretches and the goals for the day and stuff like that. So I knew that wasn't a role that the managers cared to do. So I was like, well, let me try to lead that role. Because one, it takes something they don't have to worry about off the plate, and it gets me better for the position. But it was uncomfortable to lead in front of everybody.
Facts.
But they was like, bet, this is easy. I was like, okay, cool. And then they got to know me, and even though I didn't stay with Amazon, I went to State Farm. They was actually wanting me to do more and trying to bring me into a bigger role and a bigger position. I just didn't stay to do it. But so that's kind of like my mindset. It's like it's always going to just being uncomfortable, but being comfortable with being uncomfortable. But
Absolutely.
I think my is different from yours in the fact that like in my head, I talk down to myself. Like I'd be like, you ain't ish. You know what I mean? Like, who are you to feel like you can't speak to, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be out there and embarrass yourself type of thing. Bro, you ain't nobody to do that.
I get what you're saying.
So I'm like, yeah. So I'll like kind of speak down to myself to make me do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. If that's weird. Yeah.
That's
like you're a loser, bro. I don't say that, but I'm just that example. Yeah.
I halfway agree. I agree with your intention.
Yeah,
I agree with your intention.
Right.
It's crazy you even bring it up because I've been on a couple of audiobooks lately, and there's one that I'm on right now. It's called "Unfuck Yourself." Have you ever heard of it?
Is that by Mark Manson? No. I'm thinking something else. But
I don't know the name of the dude. But he was talking about, of course, which is a common thing. It's just being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Nobody progresses, being comfortable, basically. So in any spot, and that's what that's how I'm kind of like in that space and that mindset now as well. It's like, I don't feel like doing this. All right, bro, you got to do this. Like, cause growth comes from that. So the same thing with you and your job, people see action. So not necessarily what you're thinking, but and that was something else in the book, and it said, for the people that you look up to, that you're inspired by, that you kind of are moved by, like, what did you go off of? Did you go off their thoughts or their actions? And it's always the actions. So like they see you, they don't see you talking to yourself in your head, but they see you tried, you did this. So, okay, well, shit, we believe in him more, or you probably affected them in some type of way. Right. And now you can move to the next level, which, because you were uncomfortable and you put yourself in that position.
Absolutely. And I think what worked best for me, and to add on to work best for me in high school, is that I wasn't the cool person. So I never felt the need to be cool because I wasn't. I was always me. And that's weird me. You gonna like me or you're not. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of worked best for my advantage. It's like I was never too cool to do something. So even when I work in the energy efficiency space, when I'm in attics and crawl spaces, getting literally to the mud, dirty, grimy spider webs. It's like, bro, who am I to think I'm above this? It's like humbling in a way. So so I try to use that to my advantage because I see some people. I know several people that like they was the popular person in high school or wherever, and they felt things were beneath them because they kept on the perception of who they were, but that stopped them from growing.
Right,
because they didn't want to put themselves out there because they're uncomfortable introducing themselves to somebody who they wanted to work with, but they're too cool to do it. You know what I mean? To say, hey, bro, I loved what you do. I respect that. Hey, maybe I may not be any good for you right now, but maybe we're able to work together. Let me get your email. Let me get your phone number. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but for me, was never in a position to where I felt cool enough to ever feel like, I that's beneath me. No, I get to the grimy and I get my hands and nails dirty. No,
makes
cool.
sense.
But I love the fact that you're reading the audio books or Audible and reading books like that. I think that's absolutely huge. I'm on that too. I need to get better at it because I have a bunch of Audible books.
You definitely listen to a lot of stuff that's not music. It's just information. Like I was just sitting in the car with you, and instead of playing music, we were listening to why Greenland was. I'm like, now not like the faces disregard that, but I'm just saying like for me to know what's going on, like I have to listen at least like 3 minutes to understand, because it's like that extensive. Like it's not like what happened today. It's like, in 1869 on January 21st. It's like where are you right now? So I see that a lot with you.
Yeah, and for me, I'm just fascinated mostly, and even I know exactly what the Greenland stuff you're talking about. But on a kind of side note is that I'm just fascinated with people's decision making. Like why did you make that decision? Why didn't you think about this? Or like hear people's process on how they do things. I've always been curious like that. Yeah, in that way. Yeah, so I think over anything else, I like information. Yeah, but before that, I love just people's on why they made the decision they made. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I've definitely started to go back into the audiobooks because I don't know, just information is. Like I said, the brain, like just making, I'm really trying to make new ways of thinking for myself. So instead of like, as soon as I sit down, woke up looking for the broccoli hot cake, like instead of like clicking that, then I'll like, all right, let me click this audiobook just so eventually one day I'll naturally, like if I'm chilling or whatever, I just like automatically click an audiobook versus the new Drake song, which they are coming out with in a week. Yeah.
Are you really? Was you a big Party fan?
Party? I'm like a little bit of a Party fan. I'm not like the biggest Party fan.
Okay, so I say that because they are coming. Drake and Party Next Door are coming out with a collab album on Friday or
Valentine's Day.
Okay.
It's up.
Hey, I think it will be cool, but I'm interested. I feel like he got a lot.
That's like 500,000 a week.
Yeah, Drake has a lot of things on his mind though. Yeah. I don't want to jump ahead, but I feel like I need to. Is that with Kendrick winning how many Grammys? Like 5 Grammys?
Yeah, you won 5 in the house.
Yeah. That.
What were the 5?
I know it was song record of the year. Like best rap performance, maybe video of the year.
Kendrick won for ChatGPT. Kendrick won what? How
many Grammys did he win?
What Grammys? Okay.
In 2025.
Grammys in 2025. Yeah. I know Song of the Year was definitely there.
Yeah, because I know we were both
Record of the Year. Yeah. Song of the Year.
Yeah, I don't know why. We looked up the difference. I forgot the difference before, but it doesn't make any real sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Best rap performance, where?
That's like a maybe video. Like,
is he just like?
Yeah, they just be adding stuff.
Yeah, it's like the same award.
Yeah.
Best rap song.
Yeah. Okay.
Best music video.
Okay, so
so it's 4 of them. That's the same thing, and then, so he won 2. For real.
Yeah. I think he won like 3 for real. Because the record of the year, song of the year,
song of the year,
that's just above
best
all
rap performance. I don't know where that would be though. Where's best rap performance. Where would that be at?
I thought it was in terms of the video, but I don't know. We'll have to look at that.
When it's best rap performance for Not Like Us.
Yeah, all of them were Not Like Us.
Okay, for Not Like He Beat It. Yeah, it's not saying it's a place that he did it. All right, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was though slick if you think about it.
What?
For Juneteenth, when he ran that hoe back like 10 times.
Oh, you're talking about the pop-up show?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Amazon Prime.
Did you watch that?
Yes.
I watched clips of it. Yeah.
Probably like a lot of clips of it. Yeah. He ran that jump back plenty times. A minor. He did this, and they had commercials and this and that. So I guess I don't know. I guess he did that. He did that.
Yeah. But yeah. So with that, Drake, I'm sure is not very pleased to see that. They're like,
yeah.
But then again, also that I don't want to like downplay Kendrick and the song, but that all that stuff is orchestrated amongst music labels.
You think so?
Some people are, not to say Kendrick is, I think he deserved everything that he got, but some people don't deserve the awards. Like Taylor Swift, she won way more Grammys than what she actually should have.
I still don't be hearing none of her stuff. Again, I'm in Nashville. I'm sure if I walk outside,
you're not. It's not.
Still,
Taylor Swift is not going to be bumping like that outside. Cause that's.
I just thought that was everywhere else.
No, she don't be playing like that outside. Not here.
So what is it? Just like as soon as she drops, it's just like a core fan base.
I mean, she's been at it since she was 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's 36, 34, 36, something like that. So close to 20 years. So she has a strong fan base.
Yeah.
But do her albums be bumping like that? And then also she makes a lot of money selling directly to her fans with vinyls too. Okay. I'm sure she gets the streams. I'm sure that hits. But she probably on pre-sale, she probably selling 1 million records off Grip.
Vinyls too.
But she has a young audience too. So we're here in Nashville. We're a drinking city, So her fan base is little girls. I don't know how she still gravitates that, but
what's her last album name?
I couldn't tell you. I know Folklore is one of them. I don't know if that was her last album.
Let's
So with that, I feel like the Grammys are kind of more orchestrated, and definitely, I'm really surprised that Drake is able to put out an album, and I'll see it when I see it, because with him fighting,
he wouldn't be promoting it. Who would promote an album that's not going to come out?
No, well, he may feel like it is until Universal no, we're putting the plug on it.
That he's super lost again if that happens.
Yeah. So I mean, he's actively suing his label. Why? So why would they give him more money to sue them? For example, he makes money from sales. So you're saying that we're going to give you more money to hurt us even more? And then you're proving your value when we're trying to devalue you?
What if it's like a mixtape?
Well, we'll see. Then why are you having Party Next Door collab when he can't make money off of it?
Because you could just, at this point, Drake could just upload it to a website and say $5. And he'll make that shit back in a day. Probably 6 hours.
I mean, he got $400 million from UMG. So
does he now?
Huh? I'm just saying.
I have no idea.
That was his current record.
Yeah, the last one.
Contract. Whatever you call it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he signed to him. So if I doubt they'll have some type of direct to consumer type of thing. Hey, you still obligation to us, so you ain't gonna just cut us out the deal when we give you so much money.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's still part of the deal, the $400 million deal. Actually,
I don't know. Well,
that would make more sense.
Well, we're gonna see. I guess is the biggest purpose, because I know the music industry is not messing with Drake at all.
Yeah, I would assume that they're definitely not. I don't know.
Yes, it definitely feels that way.
You think it's gonna be what am I looking for? You think it's gonna be 5 stars?
Drake
and Party. Sexy songs for
songs. I don't know Party Next Door to get out of the R&B The R&B flow. I've never known like, hey, this is like a heavy rap influence project.
No.
Yeah. So if he's collabing, it's going to be on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's going to be romantic love, R&B. He may have a couple records. Yeah, that's maybe just Drake getting his stuff off. But outside of that, it's definitely going to be very R&B influenced for sure. That's not even the question. Mm-hmm. And maybe you may add some like Afro beats because Party can do that too.
Oh, right. He's Jamaican, right?
I don't know, but
he's something.
Yeah.
He's definitely something.
He's Canadian. We know that.
We know that part.
Yeah. But so it's interesting. But back to the Grammys though. So Kendrick, he swept. He went crazy.
Yeah.
2 Grammys. We knew. Yeah. 2 plus 3. Yeah. You got spinoffs. Yeah. But then Beyonce wins Album of the Year, which is her first time winning that.
You saw that meme?
No. I'm not on social media like that, so I would have never seen it.
Yeah. Nah.
This is one of the times like, dang, I wish I had, Instagram and all that stuff to see kind of what's on the news and.
Yeah, no, the Grammys went stupid. But she just made a super
she was super sharp.
That's got to be a meme that's gonna be like around for a little second.
I'm sure. Yeah, because the Michael Jordan meme is forever. Yeah,
it ain't that good.
Oh, okay.
That's 5 stars.
Yeah.
But nah.
It may be like the Kevin Durant. That's the real MVP. To where it's
I don't even know what you're talking
about. Kevin Durant. He was when he got his Most Valuable Player award from basketball. He was saying to his mom, "She's the real MVP."
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
Yeah. But that was a meme that was around forever. But you don't see it as much as you did then. But so with the Beyonce winning the Album of the Year,
she won more than that too, right?
Yeah, she won country.
Oh yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, she won country Album of the Year.
Album of the Year. Best country album.
Yeah, that one.
Best country duo with Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
Album of the Year, best country. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah. So
big.
What I was getting to was the Jay-Z last Grammys. He pretty much kind of patronized the Grammys for not giving her Album of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever saw that video.
I don't know if it was the Grammys. I thought it was something else.
Yeah, it was. I mean, what else could it be? Because that's the only music.
I could have sworn it was another. I thought it was another thing. Wasn't it like when he drunk or something? No,
that sounds so unlike Jay-Z.
Yes, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's cut. Yeah, let's cut that out. But I'm saying, like,
wasn't he wilding at the Grammys?
Yeah, I was about to try to do an impression. It was about to be really bad, but I definitely thought it was something else. But okay, yeah. So
so he was pretty much saying, "Hey, how does a person who has the most Grammys ever?" I'm really paraphrasing. Not win Album of the Year by your own metrics. That makes no sense. And then we was like, okay, he's pretty much kind of letting them know like she should win this Album of the Year coming up. And then she won.
Yeah.
So I'm like, did she literally have the best Album of the Year?
Maybe. I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Cowboy Carter was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I'm not a country music person.
Yeah. I don't even think you have to be to like Cowboy Carter either.
I went through it once, but it just my taste of music. I can appreciate it. But I think I was more into the album before then, the Renaissance album, which a lot of people weren't for some reason.
I loved the Renaissance.
That shit was hard. Amazing. These motherfuckers ain't stopping. This is hard.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Super hard. But it's just kind of the Grammys and how it's all orchestrated. Yeah.
You think all of it's orchestrated?
I mean, well, I feel like by giving Doechii the best rap album of the year.
That don't sound orchestrated.
That's what I was about to say. That's where the contradiction of the conversation comes from. Is like, okay, that one seems like legitimate because the alligator bites never heal or something like that.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty good.
You heard it? Mm-hmm. I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple songs.
And I think that she brought a lot of energy to that album. And she brought just good music. I think it's a really good listen.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't remember who she was going up against to confirm that. Was it my favorite album of the year? No, but I mean, I think it was good enough to win a Grammy.
It was better than GNX.
But no, because
For
GNX. Real? No, I mean, I like GNX. I just don't like it as much as you like it.
Right.
Yeah.
I just assumed that it was put more because GNX wasn't like a put together album. So I was just assuming that hers was way more like put together, like album wise.
I think so, but I mean, I also like Kendrick. Yeah. So I mean, GNX was a great album. I didn't say I loved Alligator Bites Never Heal. I think it was a good album. It was a Grammy winnable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but GNX wasn't qualified to make it this year anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't.
It just came out. Yeah.
It was just a bop.
Yeah. But I mean,
well, not to like downplay it. I've listened to it all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
It's like a bop. Like not like his other ones. What you were saying is like usually like theatrical, very like movie like and shit like that. Which I'm pretty sure he's about to drop again.
Okay, you think he's gonna drop right before? Because I mean,
I say right after probably.
I mean, so
or on the day.
The Super Bowl is Sunday, so he's performing. So when is he gonna drop it? He gonna drop it right after the Super Bowl or before the Super Bowl? What do you think? Because I would drop it right before the Super Bowl. So people, because after you perform,
ain't nobody gonna know. Well, I mean, I'm sure that it's not gonna affect the performance. I don't think anything new would be in the performance.
Of course not. That's what.
So you're just the drop the release
because you're fresh on everybody's mind, and people who perform at the Super Bowl, their sales go up immediately.
Right, and then Beyonce last Super Bowl like announced Cowboy Carter.
But she didn't perform. She just
I know that, but like it was a commercial or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it'd be like after.
Well, I think now.
The only reason I say after, like it would have to drop now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I have to drop Friday, which is possible, very possible. Nobody's dropping Friday. So,
I can kind of see that. Yeah, it's a double. I can. Yeah,
But
it wouldn't be too far. It wouldn't be too far. I don't believe.
Yeah.
Because his tour starts soon.
Yeah,
I would assume with SZA.
Very, very true.
When it starts.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is amazing.
Yeah. But while you're looking that up, I think that Kendrick's him sweeping the Grammys. I don't want to sound like I was ever downplaying what he was doing, but obviously I don't, because that record was absolutely huge. Beyonce win album of the year. I could have predicted that. I would have put all my money in one pot that she was going to win album.
Just mainly because of Jay-Z?
Jay-Z, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how they go. You remember the time that they boycotted, was it not the Grammys, boycotted the Oscar? Like the Oscar So White. I know you remember that. And
yeah,
and then the following year,
black people started winning.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was overly like, I don't even know if this hit like that, but they won. So all you got to do is crucify them enough, and they'll start.
I'm gonna start doing that. Yeah. Ain't nobody watching my videos. Racist. Racist.
Yeah. They gonna look at you crazy. You're like, you gotta speak directly to somebody.
I'm gonna get kicked off Instagram.
You said ain't nobody watching my videos. It was like, okay, black, white, who?
Oh, okay.
Everybody racist.
Yeah, I see. I'm gonna get kicked off them goddamn platforms.
That's funny that you say that. Yeah, who I thought wouldn't be invited to Grammys is showed up on the red carpet is Kanye West.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see his wife?
Yeah, she had like the sheet thing that was completely see-through.
Did you see her take it off?
Oh, she took off the coat and then all that was pretty much showing?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, like, literally, like, I ain't never, usually, now the time has progressed to where women dress pretty openly, now. And it was literally like, the thought of you invite this girl over at a hotel or something and she shows up at the hotel in a trench coat and she don't got nothing else on under there.
Right.
And as soon as she walks in, she just, whoo, and then that's exactly what happened on the red carpet. Like, I don't know how that could even happen. I'm looking at it on Instagram. It looked like porn.
Yeah.
Like, you could see everything. I'm like, oh my God. So, that was crazy.
Yeah, I think it was an element of stealing the show.
Yeah, and he just left.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I don't think I'm invited in there, but I'm gonna pull up that real quick and get some pictures.
Take it off.
And then
Yeezy taught me.
I thought the way they was talking was that they was getting a divorce. Like that was the news around them. Yeah, that was the news around them that there was. So they're very much into each other still. So that's great to news.
You think they're madly in love with each other?
I would say.
Or you think it's transactional?
I mean, my answer is I don't know. But if she's doing all that, then she has to love him to a certain degree. And the only reason why I would say no is because why would you want your wife to be naked in front of everybody? Like for me, like my girlfriend,
it's Kanye West. That's why.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the only reason why I would say no is because I'm putting myself in his shoes, and I know that I would never want that for my girlfriend, my wife, or whatever. Like even now, I'd be like, why
is your shoulder out?
Right, exactly. Yeah. You got way too much cleavage here. No, it's like some stuff I'll be seeing that the person I'm in a relationship want to post on the gram and be like, yeah. Why would you want to post a lingerie picture? Like that's not it's like what that's not even make sense. That's like,
that was one of my things in past relationships that the girls be, and please don't crucify me. But they will literally post a photo of them in a swimsuit. Mm-hmm. It's basically like showing everything. Mm-hmm. And then see another girl in bra and panties and be like, she is just out there.
Like it's not the same thing.
Like I can zoom in on your body parts as well. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's right there. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand that. But
and not only that, it's like, can you give me a good reasoning on why? They don't have a good reasoning on why.
Never. Yeah. No, they do in their head.
What was
it's justified.
Please share, because I don't get a good reason why.
No, I don't get a good reason why either.
Okay, no,
but I don't get in their head, it's justifiable. Like you talking about the example I just said. Yeah, it's justifiable. It's this is a swimsuit. Like but it's the same amount of skin shown. No, this is a swimsuit. That's bra and panties. This is tasteful. That's not tasteful. So I'm like, y'all.
So like I'm agreeing with you. That explain. Okay, so
y'all are half a breath away of showing an areola, both of y'all.
And my thing is, why can't you post something more glamorous that it has nothing to do with a swimsuit? Why post a swimsuit in general? That's what I'm saying. It's like
it's for validation or like. Well, I don't know. It's for a couple of different things.
Say, hey, I want clout. I'm like, okay. I want people. I know that's what gravitates toward viewership, and I would respect that more if that's what you said.
I don't think it's fully that with everybody. I feel like sometimes you're just confident in what you have or whatever. Like I'm not even. Excuse me. Even me, like when I first started working out and shit, and then when my body was like the best it ever was. I had to actually retrain my brain of thinking that I'm posting this like for people versus like, I just feel really fucking good about myself. I'm like, fuck it. This is me. And I can see that with certain people too. So not necessarily it's always about like likes and shit, but I do feel like validation is a big part in a lot of this stuff though.
Yeah. So even with you posting your body, I still feel like, okay, you can keep that picture to yourself. Why do you need to show everybody?
No, it's fact.
Yeah. So your other was like, hey, I want to show people the results of putting the work in so it can motivate somebody else. I'm like, okay, bet. Yeah. I can understand that. I just want a reason on why you think it's okay. And if you can give me a reason why, then I'm here for it. But if you just like, hey, I think it's cute, I was like, okay, fine. Like, I think it's cute too, but why do you want everybody to see it? Yeah, so
like I said, it could be a number of things. I don't want to just like 100% bash certain people, but I do feel like for the most part, I have seen women and even sometimes men like look for validation.
Yeah,
like it is about validation,
and just say that. Yeah, but they don't get to that point. And like, hey, I want to be validated. I was like, okay, I can understand that.
That's not a great thing to say or even hear yourself say.
That I just want you to speak the truth. It's really I just want you to say it. Yeah. That's really it. I just speak the truth. Speak the truth on how you feel. Otherwise, you're lying to yourself.
Facts.
That's really what it is for me.
Facts.
Yeah. Say the thing that's open so you can be honest with yourself.
That's a fact.
And I'm cool with that. It's not really me really care that you're like, yeah, I don't want to see. I go to church. No, do I want to see somebody from the church seeing you in lingerie? Of course not.
Yeah.
But if you can have a good reason on why, and this makes you feel great, it's not the end of the world for me.
So all right. So you go to church, she comes with you, and then she leaves. The next time you go to church, brother Joe, after church is like, hey, bro, your girl, like, is her at name Shotty Bay 92? And then you like, yeah, that's her. It's like, oh, okay. And he walks off. And you know exactly what he was just basically, he's been scrolling on there and he's seen it. And then you go back to your girl and she actually says, I'm just doing it for validation. So does it make you feel better now?
One, brother Joe can watch. He can watch that with lotion and a sock in his hand. I do not care.
Yeah.
Now, if he's asking me why you letting your girl do that, then
no, that's too much.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah. I don't. At some point, I would think that he cares, to ask me that question. Yeah, so I'll give him a response. It's like, hey, this makes her feel good. A happy wife, happy life. Yeah.
Well, I'm not even worried about him. I'm saying, like, you said that if you were just honest about the situation, you would feel better. So I'm saying the next time that you walk into church with your girl, happy baby 92, whoever, and everybody knows her, whatever, for that, would you feel better being in that environment with her, knowing that this is for validation?
Absolutely. I would know that she is speaking the honest truth. And I'm cool with that. But yeah, but if you're not being honest, like, I like it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I like it too. But why you gotta show it to everybody? Yeah. Just give me a reasonable explanation. Like, what I tell her is, I am not hard, strong, or any. There's only a couple things I'm very, like, non-negotiable. Right. Yeah. So there's only, and I've named those things that are non-negotiables for me. So everything else we can have a conversation about. Yeah. Like, literally anything else. I'm open to having a conversation and we can talk about it. And what you wear is a conversation that I have because I know how territorial she is. And she's not going to let me wear whatever I want to wear.
I do not be liking that.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, all right, this is an equal relationship, right? So we do as each other do. Yeah, so I just want to keep it fair. If you feel like I can move and I can wear sweatpants without no drawers on, right? Yeah, and if you find that a problem, then you should be wearing lingerie for the gram, right? It's really that simple for me.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Definitely needs to be equal. Yeah. Yeah, I can't upload something. Who's that for? Who are all of these for?
Yeah. Exactly. It's just like I understand that we live in a double standard life. Yeah. But we just got to bring it back to let them know, hey, let's at least have a conversation about it and show that this isn't fair. Yeah. And the reason why it's not. So all it is just like have a conversation around it, and I'm really open to anything. And that's not something. I feel like I can change my mind if you give me a good explanation. I just want to hear the honest truth. And just saying you like it or it looks good is not enough for me. Yeah, because I like it too. Then wear it around the house. Take a picture and keep it for yourself if you want to see it every once in a while. Yeah. It's that easy. But I know it's more than that. I love how these little conversations kind of stem us to everyday life because we was talking about Kanye West.
Oh,
yeah, because he has an album coming out too called Bully.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and I'm a big Kanye West fan.
Yes,
I love his music. His music's great. Yeah, you listen to still The Graduation all the time, or what?
Late Registration is my favorite album, but
exactly.
Kanye is like my top 3 people that I always listen to. No matter what he drops.
Yeah, but I'm interested on what he's gonna do next. But
say whatever comes to his mind. Man.
Exactly.
Beautiful big titty women don't fly to the sky, you know.
That was it.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. No, we can kind of move on because we were running close on time, and which is great.
We can still keep going.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I realized like this. Podcasts and all this stuff that I watch, like they're actually like kind of long. I guess I used to think that we're gonna like run out of stuff for next time or whatever, but like just whenever it's done, it's done.
Yeah, but we talk so much and we can talk for long with each other that I know that's never going to be the case.
Yeah.
Because it's just life. Life is always life, and we're going to grow and we're going to learn new things and new experiences. And your life is totally different from mine in that sense. Yeah. So. I'm always intrigued about different things of what you got going on too. But what is similar to mine is, I do ride share. Yeah. So Uber, Lyft. Yeah. So, hey, we've been having a tough week. Yeah. Lyft, Uber drivers. The first thing was, I know you heard about like the rapper, the oversized plus rapper.
It's a woman?
Yeah.
I didn't know she was a rapper.
Yeah.
I wonder if she got some good music. I would play it, but like I don't want copyright and all that. But
yeah, I'm sure it may be okay. Maybe, who knows? But this is giving her clout. So she sued Lyft for fat discrimination. I'm paraphrasing.
Did she drop a diss track?
I feel like I should say allegedly with everything. Definitely if somebody's suing somebody.
Did she drop a diss track?
I heard it the first time, but I didn't catch it. But
and she's overweight too, right?
Yeah.
For Lyft?
Yeah.
The song could be called like Lyft or Lift Me.
That is hilarious. No,
hey,
lift me up.
Lift me up. Whatever. You can go a different. I was finna chat GPT. Just go to Chat GPT and then type what type of names can I do? You'll find something.
So she's suing. So I don't know if you saw the video or not, but maybe we could insert.
Let me see.
But we can insert the clip.
Okay.
But pretty much.
I want to see what she look like.
Yeah. But while you're doing that, so the driver pulls up to her and sees her. It's like, hey, he pretty much in so many words said, "You cannot fit in my vehicle. My tires are tired." So pretty much he's like, bro, I need new tires, and your big ass cannot fit in it.
Oh.
So yeah, and then she's like, my homie has a similar Mercedes, and I can fit in that. I know I can fit in this. He's like, nah, bro, you can't. So this is where I commend the Lyft driver. If I see you, and I would try to make a way for you. But if I was in his situation to where I didn't want to, I'm pulling off.
I'm driving off.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I'm like, doo-doo. She looking up canceled.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to give you a reason why.
Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
So I'm definitely pulling off on her. For sure. I'm not going back and forth with you. Unless I was,
I'm gonna look crazy.
Unless I was at a date.
You gonna pull out your phone on me,
bruh? Unless I was at.
So why? So why you ain't pick me up?
No, unless.
Oh shit! Unless Detroit rapper. Why? She 500. We ain't gotta go there. But
yeah, unless.
Shout out to what's her name? Dank Demos.
Dank doing the most. No, yeah.
Dank.
That's
regardless,
Demos.
Shout out to Dank Demos. Yeah. Shout out Dank Demos. Download her stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure she hot.
All that. But unless he was at like a dead end to where he had to kind of turn back around.
That's like a one way.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'd be like, I've never had to pull off on anybody. I don't think. It's not coming.
Somebody did that to me, bro. That is the wackest shit ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Was it when you about to grab the door handle?
I'm coming up while she's canceling it. So like I'm like 7 steps away from the car. Mm-hmm. I think I had a suitcase. I see her looking down at her phone. This is just normal, you know, when you walk into Uber or a Lyft. This is Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm walking up to her, and then she just like looks up, looks at me, and I'm like, I could have sworn that was my Uber. And I look at my phone and it says cancel. And then she just sees me in the rearview mirror like
she looked at you like that?
No, I'm saying she would see me in her rearview mirror, and I'm like, well, what the fuck, you know? Yeah, no, that's not a good feeling.
I did pull off on somebody before. I did pull off on that because it was, first of all, the one that I picked them up and they had 2 stops, and she was already pissing me off
before she even got in there.
No, while she was in the car, because she has 2 stops, right?
You canceled while she was in the car. At the first stop. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she had 2 stops, so she had to get out the car to get her luggage, but she already pissed me off. The luggage wasn't in there at the time. Let me tell the story because because I'm telling it.
It happens to me a lot. So like, yeah.
Yeah. So she has 2. So I'm picking her up from Broadway, and I'm taking her back to our hotel. Broadway, for anybody that doesn't know, is the busiest street in Nashville. It's where all the bars are. So it's a Lyft Black or whatever. So they give the person extra time to get to the vehicle. So they give like 10 minutes. So for me, what I do is I pull over to the side so I can wait for them instead of being in the middle of the street blocking traffic. So that side was all filled up with taxis and cars. So I drive up and turn around to the other same street, just the other side of the street to where you have to walk over. And that apparently pissed her off. So she didn't go in. She just like you I already knew it was a hostile and I should have canceled at the beginning. And she was like, you drive right past me. It's like, you're in the sea of so many people. Yeah, like I don't know what you look like. Yeah. So I have to pull over and I'll let you know, hey, I'm next to Cane's chicken strip, Cane's chicken fingers or whatever, the hell, Raising Cane's, that's the name.
I don't look like a Karen.
Yeah. So she came up and she didn't yell, but she was annoyed, and she already had that voice of annoyance. And I politely explained the situation. She didn't answer, which as expected. So I'm pulling up to the hotel, and then she's like, and so I stopped, hit the brake, and as soon as I stopped and put in park, she goes, "Are you going to lift up? Are you going to lift up the trunk or do anything?" I was like, in my head, "Bitch, I just parked," is what I wanted to say. Yeah. But I was like, I'm pulling off on this hoe as soon as she got out this
facts.
Yeah.
You know what? I do want to do something.
Yeah. Hit that gas on there. Yeah. But then she reported me. And said I was drinking alcohol.
She reported you?
Yeah. Then so for me, I just had to call Lyft and be like, hey, this is an investigation. I'm clearly not drunk. This was one of the worst rides I've had. And she's like, I understand that people do that. Let me put you back on. And fix it within like a couple minutes. But nonetheless, I've had the time to where I pulled off on somebody. This one, I would have never explained why I was doing it. But I have a bigger vehicle too, even though I've been using the Tesla lately. So to where that being big hasn't been an issue. It's more as though people like to pack themselves in cars and fit more people than what it can. Yeah. So, but what I looked into this, and actually, she was not the first person to ever sue Lyft for them declining a ride based on her rate. It actually happened, I believe, in maybe 2021. That a lady by the name of Melissa Thompson sued Lyft, and they settled out of court. So
she won.
They didn't give how much she won, but if she settled, that means there was something that she got. I don't know how much that something is though. So by this being a way bigger thing than that lady, she can, sue for emotional distress, and you got civil rights laws. I think that weight may be fitting that.
Whatever, so they can get their money off of.
Yeah, it definitely. She's gonna get something for this. which is kind of whatever. That's how things go. I think that now they're going to probably implement. They probably should implement like, hey, if you weigh a certain amount, you got to get an XL. Otherwise, you wouldn't qualify for fitting a ride, because trying to fit you being 500 pounds trying to fit in a Toyota Corolla or whatever, it's just like, come on now, stop being cheap. Like for real, like just get an XL. Yeah. If this is how you want to carry yourself, you gotta accommodate the people around you too. Mm-hmm. Why are you gonna make everybody else uncomfortable?
I wonder what it's like to get on a plane. Not necessarily in her case, but just being. Let's just take her completely out of it. But just the people that are like extremely overweight, like how is that booking a plane or a flight?
I think they have to fit 2 seats.
They have to fit 2 seats.
They have to purchase 2 seats. Yep.
I've never been on a flight with a like
500 pound. I'll be mad. yeah. Because I already be trying to get. I mean, I ain't a small dude either. I'm 225, 230. Yeah. So I already gotta get many for certain people. Yeah. And I gotta lean over. Both our big asses. I'm like, what are the odds?
Yeah. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
I would assume that they would probably travel less. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like psychological, like human, how humans work. I don't think I would be booking that many flights, like unless my job revolved around traveling. Well, I think I would be like
a rapper, so she's touring. So
well, I ain't talking about her. I'm just saying, like in general, like
speak on her. Why not?
Because I don't want her.
You don't want no smoke.
I don't want no smoke. She's a Detroit rapper. I don't want no smoke. I'm saying people in general, whoever fits the qualifications of being a 500 plus pound person. Yeah, I just don't. I think I don't know. I feel like that'll be just kind of difficult to put yourself in certain situations. Unfortunately, yeah.
I mean, but that's the life that you live. You know what I mean? like it's a difference between like Shaquille O'Neal. He can't control his height,
right?
You know what I mean? So it's one of those situations to where it's like he has to accommodate people around him, whether it's or like himself by getting a bigger vehicle, or if he has to get in an Uber, he got to get an Uber Black or a Black SUV or whatever. So so there's some people that have situations like that, and you just got to move accordingly to that. Yeah. So one thing they do make sure Uber and Lyft does is that you pick up if they're service animals, you will get kicked off the platform if you decline them.
Oh,
service. So,
really? So even if your car, even if you're allergic to dogs, and you pick up,
I ain't allergic to dogs, to where I needed to look into that. But I think you can either get fined or kicked off the platform, because they'll get fined for that. So I'm sure that's been hella, lawsuits against that. So they be like, bro, watch this dog training video. So So they make sure that, they make sure that, I've only had like one service animal really ever, and it's never been a problem. Real? I've had dog, but now you got Uber Pet too. So you can
really,
yeah. So maybe they may go that route. I don't ever click on them because I just don't want dogs in my car.
Right.
But if it's a service animal, I understand. Yeah, like if somebody's blind, they need to get assistance.
Yeah, and I've never seen a service animal.
My grandmother's blind, so I'm very sympathetic to that anyway.
But I've never seen a service animal like be out of line.
No, they don't. But I mean, they get dog hair or whatever, and that's you gotta vacuum that. It doesn't look good,
right?
When you have dog hair in your car in general. But I've only had like the last time I had a dog in there, he did a black service. So I was like, I'm gonna take you wherever you want to go. Yeah. That motherfucker right in front seat. Yeah. So
I used to hate that.
What?
When I did Uber, the people ride in the front seat. It's very weird. Very weird individuals.
Like, why you want to sit up? Some people like have motion sickness. Is like understand. Like I do. I just don't want to share my armrest with you.
Bruh, I was driving Uber. I put the seat up like this.
Yeah, yeah.
I put the
front seat
motherfucker.
up, all the way up.
If he would have just come in and sit down, he would have had to sit down like he would have had to sit down like that. He saw it and proceeded to adjust that hoe. I'm like, this nigga.
I respect it.
I don't.
No, that's just so funny to me. I don't care.
I'm like, oh my, this is why I only like Uber. Because of shit like this.
Yeah, but was he cool though?
No.
Yeah.
This man looked like he gave Jeffrey Dahmer vibes.
Oh, he was white man?
Yeah, white man, very weird.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how to handle people like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you can argue. I don't know. I grew up around black people. So, you can tell which way this is going to go.
Yeah, you're right.
Like no matter what the situation, for the most part, you could tell what might happen. That type of, I don't know what's about to happen. Yeah. I have no idea. I don't know what skills I don't know. Yeah, that shit was fucking weird.
That's why I like to drive my Expedition, is that I have a barrier between somebody because
okay,
because it's so big, that back seat is like hard to do. So because I remember being in my Fusion. Bro, it was like when somebody weird, I was like, bro, they may stab me in the neck. Let me drive like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Covering my neck, beside of my neck. So you got to penetrate my head before you can cut my throat. Yeah, people be weird. And this is one thing I really want to.
Driving for 7 hours, like.
But it was one dude. He came from the hospital. I don't know if he crazy or not, or it's just surgery. So I remember he dropped something, and then but this is my Fusion. He leaned over, but his lean over was close. His head was close to my shoulder. I'm like, I look back like, what you doing? He like, I just dropped something. He like, I didn't say what you doing. I just looked back. I'm like, he like, what's going on?
Yeah.
He like, I just dropped something because he was just like hella close. I was like, what are you trying to do?
I had
little stories like that, but there's something I wanted to.
Go ahead. I had a dude. This is what made me want to quit Uber. But I'm trying to make this really quick. So the whole time, this man was talking about how his cousin or something is linked to El Chapo. Okay. The whole time in the backseat, he looked Ethiopian, but he looked like a normal like black person from the hood with braids. He was dressed in all black, and he had a black backpack. Okay. And he clicked Uber Pool. So I was just getting into it. You know what I'm saying? Uber Pool was new at the time. So the first dude, I'm like, man, now I'm definitely in the hood. First dude came into the car. He was going to the library. Some slight. Other dude who I'm talking about, he came in and he had to go like further. So everything was cool till like the first dude left. And now it was just the dude with the backpack that was in the backseat. So we're driving the whole time. He's like, yeah, I'd rather be, this is too funny now. He was like, yeah, I'd rather be Diddy than, what this nigga say?
Bill Gates.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you told me.
Yeah, I told you the story. He said, I'd rather be Diddy than Bill Gates. I'm like, I don't know. Bill Gates got a lot of money. He's like, yeah, but Diddy got a lot of money. I'm like, all right. So that, now I'm like, I have a range of your IQ level. So that happens. And then he kept like touching his bag, and he kept talking about how like he's in it with El Chapo, and he had to do this drop like the other day. And then we get to where I'm supposed to drop him off at. He was like, yeah, circle around here. I don't really know Atlanta like that. I just got there. Now I'm going through an alley. He said, yeah, right here. And then I'm just like, I see the back door. He said he was supposed to work somewhere. And at this point, I just know I'm got. Like if this nigga if he does anything, I'm out of here. And nobody will eventually somebody gonna know. But yeah, like he could have just did anything in that moment, and he grabbed his backpack and he was aggressive as hell getting out the car. And I drove home. I was done. Yeah. Like,
all right, peace.
Yeah, that shit was just like scary. I'm like, yo, what the?
Well, I've had, and as this podcast goes, I'll tell more Uber stories that are more relevant. But I just did over probably 10,000 trips easily.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I have a million stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll update the people as it goes. But yeah, I've had very close calls to some wild stuff happening. But there's one particular close call apparently that this lady was having that I just you sent me a clip of it. We're gonna play part of the clip.
Okay.
I want to know how you feel about it first, and then I slightly want to go in.
All right.
Okay, let me see if I can pull up this clip. Here it goes.
My driver puts his sweatshirt up over his nose, and in front of the center console, I just see what looks to be some gas being released.
She says she started to feel dizzy and her arms went numb.
I breathe in the slightest amount. I'm not even kidding. Like little breath in. Immediately felt tingles all through my body. It literally felt like everything just like everything was slowing down. And it felt like I was about to pass out.
She was able to stumble out of the car at a red light and ask a woman for help. Now, Mia and I talked.
So this was a clip of a lady on TikTok saying that she almost got kidnapped by another Lyft driver. So the description that she gave, that the driver of Lyft covered his nose and his mouth with his hand and lifted up a console to release some gas. And she said she instinctively held her breath, but still inhaled a little bit to where she was kind of dizzy.
Yes.
Do you believe the story?
I don't fully know. I just don't know why someone would lie about that. Maybe I don't know, tell the truth all the time, or don't think about lying about crazy shit. But there's a lot to the story that doesn't add up. But I don't know. I'm not even sure. It's a lot of shit that doesn't really add up. But I think that it's possible though to release some gas. If you do this shit all the time, I'm assuming like somebody's out here doing this all the time. If you were to do that and somebody were to pass out in the back seat and you already have a system and like you blow the air back, you got like the back of the what's it called? The back windows or some shit creaked or some shit. So where you have a flow of air, and then if they pass out, you can still drive to their destination and then just say ride done, and you could just take them wherever. I had that in my head. So maybe there are people out there doing that. I don't know.
Oh, so I always want to say there's a possibility that she's telling the truth. Yeah, because I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But as a Uber/Lyft driver, the story doesn't add up at all. So he lifted up a console. The consoles aren't airtight. So whatever gas is already leaking out. So he's going to smell, if he's lifting up his console, he's going to smell that before you smell anything else. This time, so when I used to smoke, I'll have to like put even if there's like a gram of weed or something that was, or a bud, you gotta like super seal that hoe.
Yeah,
for it not to smell in your console.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so you're talking about a gassy substance. These consoles are air leak. He's going to smell that before she smells it, and he's riding with it in his car. So say if he had some engineering contraption and it was airtight. So at that point, she says she checked his license plate and it was for sure the vehicle. So if that's the case, Uber, Lyft has all the make, model. They have my social security number. They're tracking everywhere I'm at while I'm on the app. So you have my name, my license plate, the color of the vehicle. Yeah, the make and model. Yeah. My name, my social, my address. This is the up and seal and closed case at this point. Yeah.
I would assume he definitely would have been like the next face on CNN. Like, this guy has been chloroforming women.
Exactly. Yeah. This is 2 weeks ago. They should have been found this man.
Yeah.
So not only that, the doors are unlocked. So he's in the middle of the day. And why would you not do it when everybody's drinking at night? So you're doing it in the middle of the day. And And not only that, you have the doors unlocked, so he didn't put child lock on it. So this is apparently his first time ever, ever sex trafficking. Apparently, yeah. And not only that, she gets out of the car and stumbles. He didn't try to get her back in. He's like, "Oh fuck it."
Why would he do that?
Because she's passing out. She's saying she's tingling on the floor, and apparently there's this woman here that was able to assist in no way. And not only that, she doesn't know what it is. So at any point, and
she can't talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Planet of the Apes type shit.
Yeah. Exactly. She said, "I can't talk. I can barely move. I'm dizzy." You never decided to call the ambulance. You gonna?
What's she gonna say?
She said a lady was next to her when she got out the car in Germantown. So that person help, hey, this lady spazzing out. Let me call the ambulance. So she thugged it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's like, all right, cool. This ain't no.
She just ordered another Lyft home.
That's what I'm getting at too. I'm going there. So it's a toxic nerve agent.
I'm gonna call a taxi.
Yeah. So not only that,
Uber Black.
Yeah. So you didn't go to ambulance. So you didn't figure it was that dangerous.
Yeah.
It couldn't have. You just never suspected it was a toxic nerve agent that can actually kill you over time. So you never checked on yourself.
I mean, I still, if you going through something in the moment is different than like thinking about it later.
I'm just in the moment is the time you call the ambulance. You got your phone on you because you called the Uber Lyft.
I just I don't know. Personally, I've never thought about calling anybody that could really help situations other than people that I know.
Yeah, because you never been shot before. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm shot. Yeah,
exactly. She's dying. She doesn't know what's happening. She's unable to move. She's limp, and she can barely talk or breathe.
Okay.
Hopefully, my friends are not dumb enough to see me choke. Also, and I'm dying, literally dying. And then,
let me call my homeboy.
Call Charles down the street.
Yeah, he a mechanic.
Bro.
You know CPR.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got home. So how did you get home?
Well, it sounds like what it sounds like to me is that it wasn't that drastic. It sounds like it was like a little drastic, but not like that. That's not how she was. That wasn't even her tone of voice.
Yeah, she didn't sound traumatic at all.
Yeah, if I thought I was gonna die, I was about to die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't be like, bruh, this happened to me over the weekend. Be careful, be safe out there. But I ain't gonna report them at all. Good luck to y'all.
That's the only thing that doesn't make sense with the story is that first of all and foremost, that this man is not plastered across. Because anytime somebody either rich dies or or gets assassinated or what, like the health dude, you know what I'm talking about? The Luigi, somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a main
United Healthcare, the CEO.
All right, it's like a main couple things that brings it to like national news, and it's like serial killers, when rich people die, off of shit like that, and some other stuff, and like this would literally be a serial killer type like story.
Absolutely.
So it would be everywhere. Yeah. That part doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, because it's made up. Yeah. Like it's not only that, you gotta call, like you said, you gotta call a Lyft ride back home. Whoop the nigga pull right back up. You ain't passed out yet? Yeah, because it called the one closest to you. Yeah, so he go.
They might pull right back up.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
That's hilarious. It was.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And she got back right in the car again. Yeah, maybe he changed.
Yeah.
No. But to that, what the overall point I wanted to get at as a Uber/Lyft driver is, those situations when people, she could possibly be telling the truth. So I want to keep that open-ended. But that makes it tougher on drivers because the drivers have the most dangerous job. Yeah. Yeah. Whether it's car accidents or robberies, which I've had that happen before.
Damn.
Yeah. People, I get sexually harassed more than, a lot every week.
So there's benefits. I was just bullshit.
No, I get sexually harassed by straight women, gay men. Yeah. Like it's just our job only makes it harder for us with situations like this because at one point, so I have like automatic doors lock when I'm driving. So once I park, you get in the car. So when I start driving, the doors automatically lock.
That's scary.
Yeah, but that's for my safety. So nobody can just come in the car and open the door. I have to now put myself more at risk because I saw when I'll do it, the women be like, it'll scare them.
Yeah.
I understand that. But you're hearing stories like this, now I have to put myself at risk because now I have to keep the doors unlocked. So if I'm at a stop sign and I drive a lot, so the risk is higher, somebody can just open my door and rob me. Because they're automatically unlocked. So now I have to put myself in more risk for the comfort of others, and this only makes it very difficult. My job more difficult.
Did y'all
like that?
Yeah, and I would assume that you would have had a notification because you were actually in Nashville.
Right. Yeah.
You would have had some type of notification.
Yeah, that just happened. It was straight.
Well,
cap.
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not, but it sounds like straight cap to me.
Yeah.
But like I just want to add on, the passengers aren't the most at risk. It's actually the drivers are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can see more where people getting robbed.
Facts.
I've seen a video of a lady. This was not in Nashville. This was in Pennsylvania. She was driving, and she had the video cam, and he grabbed her ponytails like, run me everything, and because first she was like, what is that grabbing? And he's like, yeah, run me everything. She's like, I don't have anything. Let me get your. He grabbed the phone, started transferring money through the Cash App and all that stuff, and then he's like, I have a family, and that's what she was saying. He's like, I got a family too. And then wind up parking somewhere and killing her.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I was like, you're making our job even more difficult trying to get caught. And of course, when we go to her TikTok, she's singing all, she's trying to sing all over her TikTok. I didn't hear the shit, but I'm sure it's trash. But, yeah. But it's like, all right, this.
She's trying to get her talent.
Yeah. This is clearly clout. You trying to go viral, which you did, and you try to get it popped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
like, damn, this girl can't draw, color, nothing.
Yeah. So I was like, it's just unfortunate to hear when people lie about that because it makes headlines, and then you see it all over TikTok, and then people have the podcasts like ours, to where they're talking about it, like Nashville's just getting so scary. Yeah, So it's just unfortunate when people clout chase. Yeah, not saying that I know for sure. But I just want to kind of bring it to attention to where it's like, hey, the drivers are probably the most at risk when it comes to these things because if it's not an accident, robbery, violence, and other things happen. A lot of little things happen to where it makes our job even more difficult when people lie about it.
Yeah. No, that's super scary. I forgot about the other side of that, which is like the robbery and that type of shit. Yeah.
Or there's women Lyft drivers too. Yeah. So they can be at risk a lot more as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So just something to consider. Yeah. On a serious note.
Yeah.
I know we like on our ass a little bit, or at least me. But there is a serious element. And if we want to keep it serious, with the helicopter and the the plane.
Bruh, I don't know about flying. I didn't like flying to begin with because I was in LA and Kaya is here. So it's my daughter basically. But I feel like things are just happening back to back to back to back. Like with you, do you feel that? Or you don't even really be on social media like that, but do you hear about plane crash after plane crash after plane crash?
In Philly, that it was a medic plane or something like that crashed.
Yeah, it said like over like 300 homes was affected.
Yeah, that, and then we just left DC like a week prior to that happening. So I'm like, dang, I didn't know that. Like helicopters and that was so close. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even think about that because we have a helicopter training facility, but that's over there by the park. That's nowhere near the airport.
Yeah, I read something that it said something about. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but it said that they were like on a training mission or whatever, and then it was basically only by sight, which is kind of weird. Sure. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I do want to look into that more because I'm not 100% sure on exactly, because I also saw that Trump was blaming it on DEI. Yeah. What's DEI?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion. So pretty much it is including people from different minority groups in positions that what other people feel like they're unqualified for. That's what essentially what the right would say is like, hey, you're including people that aren't qualified for these positions, and you're not hiring candidates that are qualified, or even more so, and you're doing that in the base of trying to
diversify your.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what their side of the story was.
That's why they didn't want to show some of the people that passed, because I think most of them were just white.
What are you talking about? The plane crash? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought I read that somewhere. I don't know who all passed away, so I don't know too much about that. But
I'm looking it up now.
Where was that? DC? Yeah. That's crazy that they did not see that in any way at all.
So to give a little bit more elaboration on DEI, it's initiative in the context of what he sees as unnecessary or excessive program in school, businesses, and government. Trump has history. I don't even want to kind of get in the weeds of that. I tried to figure out why he tried to blame it on DEI, but I don't have the information right now. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll get it back to you guys. But that's essentially what he did. So apparently, he said somebody's not qualified to do it. Whether it's the training instructor, the person who was in training. I mean, of course, something went wrong. Yeah. Obviously, for it to be a crash. But from what I understood it to be, was it was maybe the helicopter instructor or the trainee or whatever was happening, they didn't listen to the commands of the air traffic controllers. Yeah. And for whatever reason, whether he himself was like not paying attention or...
That's crazy though. Like, if there was a supervisor. Said everybody
did everything right. So he had to be the only one that kind of messed up. If you're going by the logic of what's coming out.
It sounds like, not sounds like, but visually it looked more like whoever was in there was probably looking at the plane taking off versus the plane that was landing.
I'm trying to get maybe.
Yeah, there was one that was like going out, and then that one was landing. So that was kind of different.
Probably so.
Yeah,
but
that shit was crazy. It was just as crazy to me as how pinpoint that shit was. That is like a 1 in a million chance from what it looked like on the video. Like that shit was fucking perfect, like perfectly synced.
Yeah. And I didn't see multiple videos. I only saw it once. But, I mean, it's just scary that like anything can happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, and they were landing, so they already did the flight.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would hate that shit.
Yeah.
I don't like flying.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, but you do it. You do it often.
Yeah, I don't like it every single time.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Literally.
Can you like lift up the window and see your takeoff or land?
It's immediately closed after I do that.
Okay.
The only time that I can open it and relax and look out is if I had a drink before I got on the flight. If I'm straight sober, which I don't even really drink anymore on flights, but like, yeah, if I'm just straight sober, I'll just look. Okay, and then that's it. So I just close it very quickly.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
freak out
Bother,
inside.
yeah, it doesn't bother me too much.
It's too.
I think it was just that one time I flew Spirit, and I said never again.
It's crazy that
was
you
the
said
only
that.
time.
Usually, it's not like the flight and Spirit that makes people stop. It's like literally everything else but the actual flight.
Yeah, but it was everything else and the flight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was definitely everything else and the flight that had to do with it. Yeah, like it was the system shutting down to where we wasn't able to make our flight.
Mm-hmm.
That happened, so we had to stay overnight at the airport.
Overnight?
Yeah, because
at the airport.
Yeah, because it was like the next flight leaving out to Dominican Republic was 12 hours. So when
Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
So this is not even like here. How long was the flight?
No. We was in Florida going to Dominican Republic. So we was in.
How far?
I'm saying this wrong. We had to go to Atlanta, from Atlanta to Florida to Dominican Republic. We missed our flight from Atlanta to Florida because of their system messing up and shutting down. And so they booked us a flight for like it was 12 hours the following day. Like it was like the flight wasn't gonna be until 12 hours. So from there, we finally get to Florida, and then we get on the airplane. We're in the middle of the air now, and they is like, "Hey, we are having mechanical issues. We have to turn around."
This on the intercom, whatever.
Yes, I'm not even kidding. So they're having mechanical issues. We need to turn around. And then,
go back?
Yeah, we have to turn around back while we're headed to Dominican Republic. We got to turn around back to Florida. When everybody hears mechanical issues,
absolutely,
everybody thinks it's the engine. So what they also regret to tell us is that this was going to be the heaviest turbulence of your life. So keep in mind, usually the pilot will be like, "We're going to experience some heavy turbulence, but, prep yourself for it." That's not what happened. Everybody's on edge about the mechanic. Then we feel the turbulence. When I say I was coming out my seat, not even kidding. Everybody on the plane was screaming. I go,
fuck this trip.
No. I was like, my mom was gonna be real sad when I died. But I wasn't screaming. I was gonna be calm. I was like, all right, I'm clearly about to die at this moment. I knew I was going to. That's how I know how I am. One of the best parts about it was knowing how you are before you're going to die. Like, if you fear death. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'm clearly going to die. I felt like one of those situations to where, the ISIS chop off the head video where they sit them down on the beach. They chop their head up. That's kind of the moment. It was like, to where they're like completely silent and you don't hear nobody screaming. So I'm like, all right, I paid that life insurance bill. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got a little bit of money if I die. They do. My family does. All right, did I pay that one thing? All right, God. And I was like, please accept me into heaven. Yeah. And then I was cool. And then turbulence lightened up. Everybody relaxed. And then we made it back to Florida. And then they proceeded to give us a $15 voucher for our troubles. A $15 voucher.
$15?
A $15 voucher.
For what? What'd you get with the $15?
Nothing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That shit's still in your Spirit account.
No. Oh, you want to hear something that even hilarious? They gave for the software issue. They gave us a $50 voucher that we can use for our Spirit, but it was due in 48 hours. I was like, what the hell am I gonna buy in 48 hours? It expires literally in 48 hours.
And you only can use it on Spirit.com?
Of course. There was nothing I was going to find. That was headed towards my trip. I was like, bruh, really? Yeah. So you might as well not gave me one.
Right, yeah. They just did, yeah.
Exactly.
Just to say they did something.
Yeah. So that's how I was like, bruh, I'm never flying Spirit ever again.
No, that'll be crazy. So when did the flight leave?
What you mean?
When did the actual flight leave to the Dominican Republic? You came back.
Yeah, I came back to. I went
Florida.
To Dominican. Yeah. I don't know the time hours. It was like a GPS navigation thing that actually wound up being or something like that.
So y'all went
somewhere. Like I don't know exactly. They fixed the problem within maybe a couple of hours. Yeah. So,
got back on the plane.
Yeah.
The same plane.
Exactly. My mom's wedding. What do you want me to do?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I can't go back now to Nashville.
right.
Or
I'm like, you
Atlanta.
already there.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. So it's like, all right, cool.
No, they're not great.
Yeah,
I had my laptop broke with them.
Mm.
I tried to file a report. They basically talked to me like I was stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm like basically going off on this little Mexican lady, and I just like I don't even feel like being this person, and I just like left. But yeah,
and so the customer service is already bad. Like
terrible.
I was like, damn, how do you train somebody to be bad? I think it's
right.
intentional.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah. Like, how do you like? Hey, you know what? He has a bad attitude. Let's hire him.
Right.
Yeah. Even though when I went to I don't know why I had to go speak to the people in Dominican Republic, Spirit Airlines. They were actually pretty cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were cool, but the person, the flight attendants, they were assholes. Like it felt like on purpose. Like, hey, be yourself and be your meanest self. Like, like you seen the restaurant or been to a restaurant Dick's.
No.
Okay, Dick's is a restaurant where they're rude on purpose. And that's how I felt. Like, why would you go to a restaurant? I don't know, but people find it funny. But whatever.
For real? Mm-hmm. Where is it?
There used to be a Dick's here right off of Broadway on 2nd Avenue. There's also one in Gatlinburg, but those are the only ones that come off the top of my head.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it felt like they were a part of like, hey, be bad on purpose. That's a part of the gig.
I don't know why they do that. Yeah, I don't know how they do their hiring process or whatever, but it's usually a normal thing.
Yeah. It's like, hey, let's they do actually pay us for service. Let's actually try to be somewhat nice.
I would start to think that Spirit is a temp agency. It's just a constant rotation of people being hired and not even fired, but just quit like all the time. Because they seem stressed out every time. And
even, like, there'll be times where that Spirit airline is so dirt cheap that I just want to take it.
Oh, God.
I was like, bro, I can't, I can never support a bad business model.
Yeah.
So I just go with the flight that's 3 times cheaper, even though I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how I am. I was like, I can't support their business because when I booked the flight, I was like, all airlines are the same. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel any cheaper than the ones I could have chose from. But I was like, shit, it's all airlines the same. What am I, what's going to go wrong? Yeah. But because I'd never booked a flight for myself ever. So, yeah. So that was like, okay, well, I know that's not true anymore. And I'm never going to do Spirit. And I don't do Southwest really like that either because I don't like the chaos of finding your own seat.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't really do.
I don't think I've had.
I've only flew Southwest on somebody else's dime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'll fly typically American Delta or. I hear that Alaska's pretty bad, so I don't do them.
I did it once. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to. No. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't done Alaska either.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I heard that about them. I don't know how true that is. So I was like, I know to stay away.
Mm-hmm. I had a Spirit flight in the past year. Mm-hmm. I think they upgraded, or they're starting to upgrade their planes.
Well, I hope so. Yeah. I think they're getting out of the 1960s era. Yeah. Hopefully, they're always continuously upgrading their planes.
Yeah,
hopefully.
It definitely was a new plane, or they got new seats, one or the other.
Yeah. They made them small on purpose.
No, it was like a little bit of room.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm like, this looks like a new bus.
Yeah.
Or something.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I was like, okay.
Well, if they can change their reputation, I may change my mind, but probably
it's going to take about
10 years. Yeah, because it's been since 2015 and I've never flew Spirit since.
A lot of people stopped. A lot of people that I know have stopped.
Yeah. So even though I talked about, not being above certain things, I am above bad experience. So if you give me a bad experience, odds are I'm probably not going to go with you anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel good, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. We could wrap it up.
This has been a good podcast. Yeah. Well, this is Two for the Culture. We'll be back, Lord willing, next week.
Lord, we're definitely going to be back.
Yeah, but we can't predict the future.
I ain't putting that out there. Yeah. We're going to be back next week. And whether we take Spirit or not, we will be back next week. Yeah. And Yeah.
Yep. God is in control. All right. That's facts, though.
Yeah,
Am I lying?
definitely. Yeah. No.
Okay, then. All right. Yeah. So, all right. So, this is Two for the Culture. We love y'all. We see y'all later.
All right, we'll see you.